All right, so the numbers you see on screen do seem to be pretty real. I'm gonna hope that they're a bit inaccurate. Of course, these numbers can never be 100% accurate, but if further information gets revealed, I'll either keep you posted on the Twitter or on this channel, obviously. Now, what it's reading is basically that in July, both the JP and KR version in total made $1.9 million. And overall, it makes sense considering how Black Clover was in July. But overall, it's still not amazing. Now, for most gacha games, I'd still say this is very good. But then you compare the pretty nice launch that Black Clover had, not even counting global, right? They made 10 million from to this point, right? So this might be including a bit from July. So I'd say maybe chip off like a million, and it's still a 9 million for 1 week in May and then the June month. So that's about like in 5 weeks they made about 9 million if we're being kind to July month, right? So it's a big gap, right? Like it is a huge gap in total. And I mean, does it make sense? Yeah. Is it good? Not really. I mean, you want this game to make as much money as they can so that they kind of fix more things. But I think that they're kind of slowly getting into it. I feel like the quality of this season is much higher, right? We're getting the new raid boss. We have an event. And the only thing is the banner characters, which I think is another big attribute to this pretty sad number. So now in June, counting the launch still, because launch was the 24th, right? So there was a week time for like people in May to summon, but then of course people still were trickling in by June, so I think that definitely helped their June month a lot. But in June they had the Fauna banner, the Lich banner, the Veto banner, and the Raya banner. So there was 4 banners, and then also there was season 2, which trickled in a bit. The last day of the month in in June was the 30th, so there was 1 day for it to trickle in. And to be fair, this was a very hype banner. There was a Yuno seasonal, a Noel seasonal, and Ghost, which were all 3 units that many people did end up wanting. So I'd say that this banner was definitely very hype, and it was the first summer banner, so people were extremely hyped. Noel was the best, so it makes sense why July did so well, or why June did so well. But then in July, you look at it, and sure, you got some money from this, from season 2, but a lot of people just like were saving already for that, because a lot of people also got refunded because of Veto. So there wasn't a need for many people to spend for season 2 a lot of the time. And then you realize the only real units that released was Kiato and Kohono. Like, do you think they really cared for do you think they really cared for these two, right? No. And then you got to realize even further that season 3 released 3 units that you just don't need. So all of this to say, it makes sense why it's only 1.9 million compared to maybe 8-9 million made in June, counting May also. So I feel like 1.9 million is definitely good enough to keep them more than afloat. I'm 100% sure. It's just that I'm kind of wishing that they made more. But to be fair, less banners were released, and the banners that were released were not amazing, which kind of comes down to them making Noel way too good, I think. But at least Noel made him money, so that's cool. Let me know what you guys think. This is just my thoughts on it, but of course, I'm not the be-all, end-all. Of course, JP Apple made the most, but, you know, these are my thoughts. I don't think it's the best considering the numbers we had of 10 million up until July 12th. If we shave off 1 million at 1 million, I'd say like maybe we could say 7 million in July. Like they made 2 million in the first week and then 1 million until this point. So then they made about 7 million compared to 2 million. So big difference, I'd say. And that's the difference of it being 2 different banners, or 2 less banners and much less hype units. You gotta also realize that just no one wants to summon for anyone who's like worse than the units you previously summoned for in many cases, unless it's your favorite unit, which is why Vanessa is so appealing anyway. So the units themselves are not anything crazy, but like they're good. It's just not crazy, and that's the problem. Like I think they definitely fucked themselves over with our best friend Noelle over here. Because she was just too good, right? Like, they just made Noelle way too good. And it's a bit sad because we needed this meta to be changed. And right now, it's not shifting at all with Vanessa. So, yeah. I wish there were 2 different types of teams. But Vanessa fits Raiden with Noelle. Like I just I don't know, man. I feel sad. I just feel really sad with how they're deciding to handle this. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about these numbers. And do you think it's bad? Do you think it's good? Especially with what I showed you of them making about like 7 million in June, right? There's no accurate number, but it should be about from like 5 to 7 million in June. With that said, that's the end of this video. I'm out for the day, so I'll see you guys later, and peace.